they love their crab cakes, and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's second down. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one. So now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. This defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to pass. Tua. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on third down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Now a first down carry for Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Six 6-0 our score after 1. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They run the counter. It's Harris. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down, Harris, and to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 2. Now a give, running left is Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage.
Back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, Tua able to hit his target, Claypool. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And down inside the 10 at the 9. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Justin Tucker onto the field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got...
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Murray. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On first down, Murray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
Well, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson now. Steps away to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll try to run with Murray. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. All right, right rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Melange. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to safety now, but it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. On first down, Murray. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8. They go with Murray again. Murray, strong running. And down inside the 15 he goes. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And the Ravens are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Tenth carry of the game now, Murray. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Tua. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Tua on fourth down. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. They'll go again with Dobbins. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with third and 9 looming. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. Thanks for